Hello guys, welcome to the video lecture. In this video lecture I am going to teach you development of surfaces. So under this problem I have prepared totally 8 problems. So we can see problem number 1. So draw the development of lateral surfaces of a square prism of edge of base 30 mm, axis 5 mm. Axis means that is height of the object. So let us see the object. This is our object square prism. In the top surface we are able to see the square plane. Similarly in the base also we can see the square plane surface. And if we coming to the front surfaces, these are 4 rectangular faces are available. And if we coming to the development of any object, so if we especially for the prism we have to cut one of the straight edges. So we can cut this particular object in this way. So we can cut it so that we will be getting a layout. So we can remove by means of unfolding. So here we by means of unfolding we can remove the object in this way, and we can keep the same object on the drawing sheet. So in this way we will be getting the layout of the square prism. So if we observe this particular layout, here we are able to see 4 rectangular faces. Similarly here we can observe straight edges of the square prism. All lines are available. And if we coming to the length, the shape that is available as a rectangle. So what are the dimensions of the length and height of the rectangle or breadth of the rectangle? And here we can calculate length of the rectangle as 4 into side, because in the square prism square dimensions square sides are 4, so that here we will get 4 into a means that is side dimension. And if we coming to the height or breadth of the rectangle, that is equal to the height of the object. So this is our, once again I am showing actual object and layout after development. So here we can see square prism, this is top surface, and here we have base, straight edges, rectangular faces. So for the purpose of development of any object, and if we come into the prism, we have to cut the straight edge. So we are cutting the straight edge. And one more thing, suppose we have A here and this one is B, C, D, and similarly we have A1, B1, C1 and other point D1. So we are cutting A to A1 straight edge. So we are cutting this object, and after unfolding, next step we can unfold it. So after unfolding we will be getting 4 faces. So we have to place this particular surface on the drawing sheet. So in this way we will get the development of the square prism. So here we can see length of the rectangle, that is equal 4 into side, breadth of the rectangle, that is equal height of the object. So 55 mm is available in the problem, height of the object. And if we come into the side dimension, that is 30 mm is available. So 4 into 30, 120 mm. So in this way we can develop it. We have to construct these orthographic projections. Initially we have to construct orthographic projections. So with the help of orthographic projections we can develop the particular object. So we can see the construction of development of square prism on the drawing sheet. So if we coming to the development, initially we can construct the projections of that particular object. Those are orthographic projections. So here we can see when the object is located on the horizontal plane, actually in the given data, object position is not available. So we can assume object is situated in the horizontal plane. So that time in the top view we are able to see the true shape. That is why here initially we should construct top view, that is A, B, C, D, top surface position, top surface points are visible. And if we come into the base points, A1, B1, here C1, D1, these points are invisible. So we have to keep all the points within the braces. Then immediately we can project all the points, these 2 points onto the reference line, then extend the same projectors above the reference line, depends on the axis dimension, that is 55 mm. So we can extend the same projectors 55 mm above the reference line. Then we can construct the rectangle. So in the front view we will be getting the view in this way. And next we should give the naming. So for the purpose of front view we have to see the object in this direction. So if we come into the top surface points, A and B are visible, C and D are invisible. So we can give the naming in this way. So here C and D points are invisible. That is why here we can keep C and D points within the braces, A, B out of the braces. And if we coming to the base points, just we can add 1 to every letter, so that we will be getting the base naming. So here we have A dash, so that here we will be getting A1 dash. Because we have A1 dash here, sorry, A1 here. And similarly here we have B1. So B1 is visible point in the front view, B1 dash here we can write, and similarly C1 dash, D1 dash within the braces, because those are invisible points. Yes, this is about first step in the development of surfaces. Actually here this is not our aim of the problem. That is why here I have used H pencil, and next we can develop this particular object. So for that purpose here, suppose I am cutting A to A1 edge, A to A1 edge, similar to the previous example, paper example. So here we can extend the same reference line with any dimension, and similarly here also we can extend both the lines. And if we coming to the development layout, that length is equal, that is the rectangular shape that is available in the rectangular shape, and if we coming to the rectangle length, that is the dimension is equal 4 into 30, 4 into 30, 4 sides into 30 mm. Suppose we have pentagon here, 5 into side dimension. Suppose we have hexagon here, 6 into side dimension. That is the length of the rectangle. We have 4 sides, so that here we can take 4 into 30 mm dimension as length of the rectangle. So here we should maintain minimum 1 centimeter gap between the projections of the object and developments. So here I can maintain this much dimension, that is 2 centimeter. We can maintain minimum 1 centimeter gap. So here I can draw the first edge with HB pencil. We should use HB pencil because this is our aim of the problem. So we should use HB pencil. And what is the length of the object? So 4 into 30 mm. So that is 120 mm. So we can construct 120 mm line here with HB pencil. And this is height of the object. We have taken height of the object from the front view. Height of the object from the front view, that is 55 mm axis dimension, and we have taken length of the object from the curvature or perimeter of the square perimeter, that is 4 into A. So that is 120 mm. And next here we can construct the remaining 120 here, and if we observe the top surface and base, both are parallel to each other in the prism. So we can construct top surface and base parallel to each other. And if we coming to this particular line, this is outer last edge. And as I said that here we have to show the straight edges in the square prism. So after development we will get the development of square prism in this way, so that we have to show these straight edges by means of HB pencil. That is very important thing in this diagram. So that is what I am going to construct. What is the gap between this straight edge to this straight edge? That is equal to side dimension. That is equal base edge dimension, base side or base edge, that is 30, and this dimension also 30, and with 30 mm gap another edge, and finally we will have 30. So 430 is 120 mm. So we can construct the straight edges in the drawing also. Okay, this is the layout of the rectangle, development of lateral surfaces of the square prism. We have seen the layout in the previous paper experiment, and here we can give the naming after development. Here if we come into the length, that is equal 4a 120 mm, that is and height or breadth, that is equal to height of the object 55 mm. Then after rectangular construction has been completed, we have to divide this length of the rectangle into number of equal parts, depends on the number of sides. So we have 4 sides, so we should divide this one into the 4 equal parts, that is every part is representing 30 mm. That means side dimension, square side dimension. So if we come into the naming, so initially we can give top surface naming. So as I said that we have sectioned the object at A1 edge. So here we can give A, and next A to B, so we can give B here, and next B to C, one edge is there, so we can give C, and then C to D, another edge is available, so we can give D. Next D to A edge is available, so that finally we will get A also, final point also A. First point and last point always same. And next if you come into the base points, just add 1 to each letter. A1, this is B1, this one is C1, here D1, and finally here we will get A1. So in this way we can construct development of lateral surfaces of the square prism. So here I am saying lateral surfaces. What is the difference between lateral surfaces and surfaces? We can see that one by means of example diagram. Let me give an example. So here if you come into this one, here I have shown 1, 2, 3, 4 rectangular faces, and these are straight edges. And if you come into the another parts, this one is square plane, that is top surface, and this one is another square plane, that is base surface. So if we include top and base surfaces in the development of objects, that is called development of surfaces. Without top surface and base, that development is called development of lateral surfaces. Remember this point. What is the difference between this diagram and this diagram? Here including top and base surfaces, here excluding top and base. That means there are no top and base surfaces in this particular layout. So that is called development of lateral surfaces. Including top and bases, that is called development of surfaces. Here surfaces, this is development of lateral surfaces. So in this particular diagram also, we have not shown top and base surfaces. So this particular development is called development of lateral surfaces. Yes, here we can see the final diagram of the development of lateral surfaces of the square prism according to the given dimensions. Now let us move, and one more thing here, important point, that is we have to show the straight edges with HB pencil. That is important point. And now let us move to the problem number 2, that is related to the development of lateral surfaces of the cylinder. Yes, coming to the problem number 2, draw the development of lateral surfaces. Once again we can see lateral surfaces means excluding, that means without top and base. We have to construct development diagram. So draw the development of lateral surfaces of a cylindrical drum, means simply cylindrical object. Drum diameter 40 mm and height is 60 mm. So in this problem also position of the object has not mentioned. So that we can assume object is situated in the horizontal plane. That means axis perpendicular to the horizontal plane. So in the top view we are able to see the true shape of the circle. So initially we should construct true shape of the circle. As I said that if we come into the development of surfaces, initially we should construct orthographic projections of that particular object. Then with the help of orthographic projections we can develop that particular object. And in the previous problem also we have seen this is about orthographic projections, and this one about development. And here we have used small letters to show the variation between the orthographic projections and developments. We have to use capital letters in the development. Similarly, in the orthographic projections, small letters. Already we know orthographic projection concept. So if you come into this particular cylinder object also, initially we should construct orthographic projections of this particular object according to this dimension. So we have to complete initially top view. So in this way we can construct the circle below the reference line. We can maintain 1 centimeter gap between the view to the reference line. Then we can give the naming A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. This is about top surface. And for the base also we can give the same naming, just add 1 to every letter, A1, B1, C1, in this way. Yes, in this way we can give the base points by adding 1 to each letter. We can represent the base surface. Then immediately we can project every point onto the reference line initially, then extend the same projector above the reference line, depends on the axis dimension. We have seen axis dimension, that is 60 mm available. That is why here we have to project or extend the projectors 60 mm above the reference line. And next step we have to show the axis, because for every revolution of solids, that means cone and cylinder, we must show the axis. So in this way we can show the axis, and next we can construct outlines of the view with H pencil. So in this way we can construct the front view. Here these two lines are 2H lines, middle line that is axis line with H pencil, and outlines also with H pencil. And here aim of the problem, development of cylinder, so that here we should use H pencil for orthographic projections, and top view also with H pencil, division lines with 2H pencil. And for the purpose of front view, we have to see the object in this direction, so that A, B, C, D, E points are visible, F, G, H points are invisible, so we can keep F, G, H within the braces. So in this way we can give the naming F, G, H invisible, so that we have to keep them within the braces. And similarly for the base naming, we have to add 1 to every respective straight edge. So here we have A dash, so that here we can give A1 dash, B dash, B1 dash. In this way we can give the remaining naming also. So finally we can show the diameter of the circle, similarly height of the object in this way. And if we coming to the developments, let me show you the paper example, cylindrical shape. Yes, coming to this particular object, this is cylindrical object. We can see the top surface, that is circular shape, and if we come into the base, that is also circular shape. For the purpose of development of this object, we have to cut one of the generators of the cylinder. So here I can cut this generator. So after cutting this one, then after for the purpose of development, we have to unroll it. So unrolling means, yeah, this is about unrolling. So after unrolling, we can see the layout of the cylinder. Layout of the cylinder, it is also rectangle. But what is the difference between previous layout and this layout? Let me show you a previous layout and this layout once again. Actually, this one is the previous layout. That means development of square prism, development of lateral surface of square prism. And if we coming to this one, this is the layout of cylinder. So what is the difference between this one and this one? Here we can see foldings. Foldings, that means folded lines are representing straight edges in this particular object layout. And if we coming to this one, here after unrolling, we will get this particular, after cutting one of the generators, similarly after unrolling, we will get the layout in this way. So here it is plain surface, no foldings in this particular object. So we have to show the foldings by means of HB pencil, and here we don't have foldings, so that we should show the division lines with 2H pencil. So I can explain later what is the purpose of division lines. Okay. So now let us construct this rectangular shape for the purpose of development of cylinder, and let me tell you once again what is the length of the rectangle. That is equal to the perimeter of the circle, that is 2 pi r. And if you come into the breadth of the rectangle, that is equal to the height of the object, that is axis dimension. So we can construct the rectangle initially, then we can divide the rectangle, this rectangular layout, into number of equal parts, depends on the divisions of the circle. So that is what I am going to do. As I said that if you come into the parallel line development, when the top surface and base both are parallel to each other, that development is called parallel line development. So we can follow parallel line development. Simple. So initially we can construct locus of base line, similarly locus of top surface. So both lines must be parallel to each other, because top surface and base both are parallel to each other. And we can leave minimum 1 centimeter for the purpose of constructing developments, and outlines of the developments with HB pencil. Remember this point. And here we can construct height of the or breadth of the rectangle. Initially that dimension equal to the axis dimension 60 mm, and as I said that here rectangle length, that is equal to the perimeter of the circle. Actually in the particular diagram, circle radius or diameter is available, that is 40 mm. So radius, that is equal 20 mm. So 2 pi r, that is the perimeter of the circle. So that 2 pi, that means 3.14 into 2 into 20 mm, that is 125.6. So here I am going to construct 125.6 line with HB pencil. Yeah, in this way we can construct the line. Later we can construct the straight line from the last point, and we can close the rectangle. And next step, we have to divide the circle into number of equal parts, depends on the divisions of the circle. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, 8 points are there. So we must show the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H points in this particular layout also. But if we coming to this particular diagram, if we divide the circle into 8 equal parts, that is why we, after dividing the circle into 8 equal parts, we got these points. Suppose we are not dividing the circle into number of equal parts, so this is the final layout of the cylinder. But here we have divided the circle into 8 equal parts, so we must mention these 8 points in this particular diagram. By means of dividing the length of the rectangle into 8 equal parts, we will get these points in this particular layout. So we can follow division of a line method. Then yes, after dividing the length of the rectangle into 8 equal parts, we will get the points in this way. We are dividing 125.6, that is 2 pi r, 2 pi into 20 mm, that is 125.6 into 8 equal parts with the help of division of a line method, so that we will get the points in this way. Suppose we are cutting first generator, that is A1 generator. So here base points are letters with numbers, number 1. That means, so here we will get A1, and similarly this point becomes B1, this is C1, D1, E1, and we should use capital letters to show the variation between the development and orthographic projections. And this one is F1, G1, H1, and what is the last point? I1, is it right? That is wrong. Always first point and end point both must be same, because whatever we are cutting that generator can come left hand, similarly right hand. So here we can keep A1, first point, last point both are same. And next, for the purpose of top surface points, we should construct 2H lines, very light lines. Remember this point. We should construct 2H lines very carefully. This one about CC1, and this one for DD1, and this one represents E1 generator, and this is about FF1 generator, and this is GG1 generator, and last generator, that is H1 generator. So if you observe these lines, inside lines are representing generators, so these are with 2H pencil. Remember this point. And one more thing, here we should give the naming, that is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and last point again A. So we can see the variation between the development of cylinder and square prism. Here it has number of edges, so that is why we have to show the edges by means of dark pencil, HB pencil. And if we come into the cylinder development, it has number of generators, so that is why we should show the inside generators with 2H pencil, only outlines with HB pencil. This is about development of prism and cylinder. And in the next video lecture we can see. And one more thing here I have to mention, we have followed, for the purpose of solving these two problems, we have followed a parallel line development. Parallel line development means top surface line, base line both are parallel to each other, because in the prism, similarly in the cylinder, top and bases both are parallel to each other. That is why we have followed parallel line development for the first problem, similarly second problem. Now let us, in the next video lecture I can explain, that is about radial line development. So with the help of radial line development we can develop cone and pyramid. And thanks for watching this video. If you like my explanation and my content, please click on the like symbol and share with your friends. Thank you for watching this video.